Ah, hell, who watches me anyways? Come on, let's get in for a big cry or something. What can we do? Somebody wanted to become my friend. I don't remember your name. I looked at your little thing you have on YouTube, but I don't know how this works. Somebody once said to me that if you make someone your friend, it gives them the extra power to be able to get in on your system backdoor. So I just didn't do it. Sorry, but if you want to if you want to connect with me, I'll give you my email if you want. For those who don't know, just look up Mr. Tackpans. I'm quite sure I'm a little bit everywhere on Google Collective. What I want to just say right now is I just worked on these three things: tobacco, firearms, and something else. And it does the initials FAT. And then it said in the movie, the Mardi Gras Fat Tuesday. So that would be in Louisiana. And Louisiana is Lucas, David, and Anna. Coincidences, too many. Too many coincidences. How do you know when a lot is a lot? When you're starting to predict everything that's happening, or you're going nuts? Oh my God. I see so many little things that make so much sense now. More than before. I mean, I don't even want to get to it. I mean, you can just start off at just at the beginning of the alphabet connected to the piano. I don't know much about the guitar, but we all know that the sound of F is with the E in front of it. So all you have to do is dilute the E. In all actuality, D is before the E. I mean, these two are perfect. D and E is 4 and 5, and E and F is 5 and 6, and it makes 9-11. And all the way inside, AI 10, BH 10, CG 10, DF 10, and all the center to E, 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 and E. Oh, it's just crazy. And then the pigtail, the sisters, the Q and the G, one goes this way up to the center, the other one goes around the other way. It's almost like having parades in your hair. Is that what they call it? Or it's those things that they twirl. They wrap three different kinds of strings up, and then they call it the tzitzis in Hebrew. You know when the girls wrap their hair up, is that the tzitzis that's hanging at the edge of the four corners? Isn't it funny? My head's round, but are there four corners? My hair goes from this four corner to this four corner, and it keeps going down. I have a cat stuck outside. I'm going to leave her out for 2 minutes. There are so many things that you see this wrench, or this wrench, this whole wrench over here, or this, the sigma, the way different designs go together and why, what goes where. In this corner goes the 7, but if it was on the calculator, it would be the 1. So that would be 1 and 7, 1771. Even in 1772, let me just go back one page. 1772. I almost finished the book already. Yeah, 1727 or 1772. This would be Q and J. It's J and it's Q. Why did I pick these numbers? This is 27, this is 17. Each number has its residency. 27 and 17 is 44. Why did I put it this way? I don't remember. 287 years. That's the end of one cycle. And we went 2015 from 1772, and last year that was the 1772 was last year. I just moved it, and by moving it, I get 243, and this is time. Who we are of time in this world. Well, I call it the jailhouse. HIV. One of the things about HIV is that H and I are right next to each other. They become the 17. When you put I and V together, one of the reasons you put it together, it becomes a Roman numeral and it says 4. So it can be expressing a 4 instead of expressing the 9 that it expressed before, or the 9th letter and the 22nd, because these two letters here total 31. 3 and 1 is 4. 22, 31. 31 is 4. Or the total amount is only 4. E is 5. V. LOVE, It's I'm really just screwing around through. I don't know why I came on to make this. What does it say? Asylum? What does this say? My son said he's going to see this movie. Then I looked at it this way. Then I looked at it this way. Muy bien. Everything is love style, love silly, silly, the love of the life. Life is just a silly game. Just from this one word, this is what I ended up coming to see. Another thing, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs in that movie I'm watching right now, Deja Vu. And what's so crazy about that, like I said in the last video, McDonald's is giving the seventh coffee free. 1, 2, 3, 4 equals to 34. 5, 6, 7. 5 times 6, 210 plus 18, 228 plus 34, 262. If you want to know what 622.6 is, how do you want to read it? The reason I wrote this is because of the 7 cups of coffee. If you totaled the whole thing up from the beginning to the end, it would end up to say 28 days when the moon sets in. The cup and the saucer, cup and the saucer, cup and the saucer. It's a team. I mean, do you need the saucer if you ain't got the cup? You know what I'm saying? So where do you get 262? It's 5 times 6 times 7 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. 1 times 2 times 3 times 4. All that together is 262, in which can be 622.6, 62.26 on the piano of 88. 2 times 62 is 124. 124 equals to 986. 986 is just like saying 7286 because 9 times 8 is 72. And it stays ahead of the 8 because the 8 is 2 closures, the top and the bottom. Okay? It means it creates its own house. This is what I believe, what I think. And also because when you draw it, you draw the H, okay, or you draw the 8, and inside you put bubbles inside both ends, like there's 2 racetracks to go around. So it becomes 2 sides. And the 9 birth, it doesn't disappear. You're alive, but you're a busybody. You're somebody. You're a 6. You got to go. You're 5 and 6. You're 11. You're the spirit of Uncle Sam. S-A-M. Wow. So we figured that it was 2 and 8, 9 and 1, 4 and 6, 10, 10, 10. 10 times 10 times 10 equals 1,000. Now what we want to do is watch what we're going to do. Now we have 1, 2, 4. Okay, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is 6 and 8 again. 6 and 8 in craps pays 7 to 6. The spirit is 76. 6 and 8. If you flip the dice over, let's say you have 8 with 2 dice, 4 and then no 3 and 5. They all come to 7. So in order for the 3 to come to 7, it'd be 4. In order for the 4 to come to 7, excuse me. In order for the 4 to come till 7, it's 3. In order for the other 4, we'll make it 4, 4. It's also 3. See, on the dice, when you flip them over, they become their opposition. 4 and 2 ends up to be 6 and no. 4 and 2 ends up to be 5 and 3, which would make 8. I just want to jump onto something else. We always imagine what is the double zero, or most of the time the double zero is 10, 20, 30s. Okay, where do you get a real double zero? Is when E touches F automatically. I'm assuming. Okay, I'd have to sit here and we'd have to talk it out, but I'm assuming. The other thing is we have the 1, 2, 4. We're going to go back to 6, 5, 3. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 4. And we're going to end up going to 12, 6, 5, 4, 12, and 11, and 9. which would be 329, which would be 58, 68, 78, 87, which is hertz. Okay, look what happens, okay? Do you remember how we got this number? Oh, you're going to have to turn your tape back, okay? I've got everything halfway and in between. 124986 in the 10 world, 124 to 653 in the 7 world, 653, that's basically next year. 124 in the 13 world becomes 12, 11, and 9 becomes 329. But this doesn't exist in this world. It moves down and changes. Just like on the, it becomes the 9, it becomes the face, okay? And when you take the face, and it makes a design of an X, but I don't know if I'll do the whole thing. You see, the 7 comes over to the 6. That's 13. That's the 13 world. So if you're in the 13 world, you're not in the 10 world, so you're in the 7 world. 6 cuts over, 1 makes 7. 3 cuts over towards 4 makes 7. 2 above 5 is 7. Now the opposition of that is 9 goes to 4. It makes 36 multiplied. 9 and 4 is 13. 8 and 5 is 13. And we have 7 and 6, which is 13, the 7, and the 10 worlds. Okay? We also have the rows and all the designs inside all the little buttons up there. We'll figure out one day, but right now, everything will fall into place. You know what I'm saying? It's like shimmering into place slowly as you learn one thing. So it might take 6, 8 months, maybe a year. It's always going to, somehow it's going to go, and it's going to be just like it always was there. It's always like, it'll be like you almost always knew whatever it was. What is it? I'm just trying to see what else. Then, as you have to know, what is the first consonant that is in control? The first consonant that is in control is the BE sound. The first one that is in our alphabet is the A sounds. The first 3 are B, C, D, C, C, and D and E. Okay, we have A, C, D, C, okay, because A is a constant. It's already in. Like if you showed me the dice, where's the, you have to show me the dice. See that dot in the center? You can spin that dice all you want. The dot's going to stay there. And you know what another constant is? See the divots on this ball? There's something that we all know that we're just going to say, oh yeah, I knew it. There ain't no divots if there ain't no heels. If there's no out, there's no in. Just because it's blocked, that's not what the question is. So we know we have right away, and it was just so funny the way it says the Federation. The way 5 supports 2 and 2. It's like he has his legs crossed over. When we make that design that I showed you, right? When we make that design that I showed you, it'll all pass through the 5 hole. 1 goes up through 5 over to 6. 3 goes up, slides over 5 over to 4. And they become like, I'll show you how they become. Something like that. I didn't want to show you that. Did you ever see where the U's come from? 5 and 6, 7 and 4. One is the inside part of the U, one is the outside part of the U. Inside is the 0, which is 1, because it's a ring, and it's the whole thing. 6 over to 9 is 15, 7 over to 8. This is the gates of where 6 lives coming out of 9. This is the communication. This I was never really understanding with this, but this totals to the perfection of 5, which creates, if I remember correctly, 5 times 5 is 25, and 5 plus 5 is 10 is 35. And that's basically the creation of the nest, the egg in the nest. The stork has come to town, and I have gone through 14 minutes of this video. You ever hear about Wi-Fi? How do you say why? Wi-Fi. Just mark the sound. Just sounds like it, right? Wi-Fi. 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 Thank you for watching Raphael 7286. Um, yeah, something about New Orleans, firearms, tobacco, very soon. Like I said, um, wow, another 10 days to Christmas, eh? Trick you, just in case somebody hasn't watched yet. Um, uh, listen to this. Listen to this before I go. Apparently, the Hebrew New Year this year is approximately September 7th. Apparently, my nephew will have his bar mitzvah on the same day I had my bar mitzvah 36 years ago. 37 years ago. Wow! My bar mitzvah. Oh, yes. So if we have the Hebrew New Year on September 7th, next year, I think it's October 7th. That'll be like 30 days. Let's say 23 days. 23 plus the 364 that we already had, okay, or 365, it'll be 377 days next year to the new year. 3 times 77, 377. I only put 12 days, 387. So anyways, it'd be either 377 or 387. And I'm not working on their calendar. I'm only working based on, how can I say this? Um, Based on the regular days that I see, just what I see. It doesn't matter what anybody says. There is no wrong in this. Okay, it's a vision. Okay, so if it ends up to 387 days, that makes 240, 261. Or it could have been 262 and fallen on the same number we talked about before. Now that's a coincidence. But so many have been happening lately. It's crazy. It's, I'm just telling you. Think if I tell you 567 right now, I know whatever, regardless what day you're going to watch this video, you're going to see something to do with the relationship of 567. Regardless. And, okay, you're going to think, okay, you might think, okay, about Halloween. And this, you see this here? See the eye? See his long trunk? Comes down on both sides, the inside of my neck. What will it look like? You're going to think of this. I know you're going to think of this, especially if you watch the whole video. I know you're going to try it out because you tried out the video. Thank you for watching Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Merci beaucoup.